I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA Review. Today is July 16, Tuesday, 2024. Hope you had a good day today. So, yesterday, if you watched yesterday's video, it'll make sense. We were talking about possibly coming into this area, which we did. There is a gap on the previous 2 days, between the previous 2 days. So what they did is they had that pool, and I was obviously suspect there. And what they did is we opened up, we came down first, and we hit that gap, and then we bounced up to wipe out pretty much Asia's liquidity, and then we came back down for another lower low into that imbalance that was kind of screaming. It was a little bit empty. So when you start your day, what do? You want to start by looking at, okay, where is the imbalance above, where is the imbalance below, and then where is the liquidity on the top and bottom side of that, is right. So this is exactly what they did. So for example, Monday they came up, they balanced more of this price up here by also taking out that piece of liquidity. So they got two birds in one stone, and that's the general flow of what we're looking for. Here, same story. You had the liquidity built, and then underneath was the imbalance, right? So now they've came down and they've balanced more of that. So starting to look ugly. We should be bullish, but we'll see what happens. But let's get into the day here. Let's go to a smaller time for like a 2-minute chart. So here, as you see, we got that the double bottom right there of liquidity, right, with the imbalance. And now I changed the imbalance on this 1 hour. Was it 1 hour or no? I changed it to the 4 hour. So I changed this imbalance to the 4 hour, where I was looking at the 15-minute. If you recall, you've been watching these videos, but I can't fit the 15-minute on the screen. But here, as you can see, I changed it to the 1 hour up here. So at the 1 hour, if you drag it out, 50% of that level is literally this level right here, which I'm gonna transfer now to the 2-minute screen, which would be right here. So here's the thing, with this day, 8:30 shoots down, right? Shoots down, and take a look here. Does not wipe out that piece of liquidity, right? It's equal lows. So they're literally telling you, yo, this is where we're going today. 3 reasons. Number one, we had the opening range. We had the gap of, where is the opening range? Give me 1 second here. So stupid, man. I don't know. The 2-minute doesn't show the opening range gap indicator. I don't understand these indicators, man. That's why you should be drawing it by hand. But anyways, I have to go to 1 minute or higher. So we'll just start with this 1 minute. So 8:30, again, as we discussed, 8:30 did not take out that low. So as it not taking out that low, right? Well, it took out that low, but like it's pretty much equal, right? They're pretty much the same level. So with that being the case, and then the 8:30 shoots back up, pretending like it's going to be bullish. And all they wanted to do, I'm going to transfer to this 15-minute. You can see all they did was they wicked up. They came and they took out that clean highs right here, but in the Asia session to midnight right there. You see that? And then they did not take out that low. I'm sorry, that high right there from yesterday. All right, so they're just building liquidity there, but they didn't take it out. And then when this 15-minute candle closes, which is the 9:30 15-minute candle, it closes as a wick, and it doesn't close above, and it closes bearish, right? So with that understanding, now you could see that, okay, what is possible? When you start your day, what does it look like to the top side? What does it look to the bottom side? Well, to the bottom side, you had this equal lows there, and then you had the equal lows here, right? Obviously, right? So with that understanding, plus that there's the gap open. Okay, with that being said, now, so make all sense. When we're pushing up here, all right, this looks like lovely buys, which I did buy this. So it pushes up, right? And then I see it failing. Once it's failing, it's like, okay, you might want to go the other direction, right? But you might get married to something. And this is why having models and understanding order flow is the biggest deal, which is, for me, order flow is king. But anyways, this price breaks down. So I take a loss here, right? So the price shoots down one more time. I got to sit back because here's the thing. You want to wait for the first 5 to 15 minutes of the 9:30 open play out because they're going to show you their hand if you patiently wait. So like if you look at where's 9:45 right here. This candle right here. So we literally we take out this low right here. We push up, and if you look on the 15-minute, you'll see that okay, we've already got a bearish candle. The next one opens up, which is the 9:45. This pushes up, gets tagged by the midnight level. That's what that orange line level is right there. And it tags the actual wick of the 9:30. So that's a rejection wick. This is a supply wick. This means that, in general speaking, if it reacts there, this is a very high probability area. Why? Because it came underneath the price, and then it came back up, right? So now you're using this area as resistance, right? Which is the 9:30, which is the 9:30 open. You have the midnight, and then you have also that wick, which is on the 15-minute, right? And then what do you have? Then you start to get order flow. So, okay, price pushes down again. And then you have this inversion imbalance, possible inversion imbalance right here at the 3 a.m. 15-minute candle, this 3 a.m. right here. So then the price comes down, comes and it smacks. Well, first of all, it closes the opening range, but then you have now you're at 50% of this wick. I'm not even going to draw it out. You got 50% of this wick, all right? And it meets with the 50% of this inversion gap possible. So I take a buy again. So I'm married to buying because I know we're buying, but I do lose sight on down here on what I was mentioning. I mentioned it yesterday, and I still got married and forget what I was doing. This is human fucking nature. Okay, it happens. So I take another loss. Okay, but these losses are small, which is fine. Price shoots down right away. I know what time it is, and obviously because this wick, I'm expecting to get some type of reaction and buy from this 50%, which it did beautifully, and then it failed. So at that point, when we started coming down, I realized I messed up and that we were coming down in here. No problem. So what do I have to do in this case? I have to wait. So we're waiting for order flow, right? So price pushes down. Okay, let me go back here. So price pushes down here. Now in the background is that previous week open. So remember that gray line on my chart is that. Also, number two, with this situation today, it's Tuesday, and Tuesday should be making the low of the week. We would like for it to be Monday, but most likely you have a higher probability of it being Tuesday. So that's what we came down to do. And then, well, you see us pushing up now, but we're doing it at the end of the day. But so logically, this made sense, and I'm aware of that. But I'm okay with taking losses. So when this price shoots down and breaks the data low of 830, what do? We pop up and we use this area as resistance or as order flows bearish, right? So I'm not going to draw everything out, but just that right there, you can see that, and we're testing that previous opening week open. And then what does it do? It shoots down. Okay, gotta let this train go. Now we get to an oversold area, beautiful. And at this point, I'm looking for a buy. Where am I looking for a buy here? Well, I want to take this to around this area because we have this up candle right here. This is a good supply area or resistance area for a short term. I'm not saying it's like in stone, but this is a great price to take the price for a buy because also the breakout traders who just made money, right? So price comes up to here and tags it, and this is the trade that I am successful at. So here, as you can see, we push down. I don't get no divergence or anything, so I got to be wary. And I wasn't sure if they were going to go for another drive right here, but we've already took out that pool, and I haven't moved the imbalance yet. But then I realized that it is sitting at that 50% level on the 4-hour. So, anyways, I'll show you in a second. So, price pushes up, gets this push up, retraces back. All right, now this last down candle, this is my demand candle right here. So I'm looking for price to respect this candle at the maximum. So as you see, we dip into there, but this for me, I can't take this trade. This is not in my entry model. So it pushes up, we get a higher high, then we get a higher low. Body's respecting 50%, and then once the price starts pushing up away, and then I'm in at this level here, which is the actual open of that down candle. So you can see that pretty clear, right? So then the price pushes up, bounces off that open twice. And with it being double bottoms like that or equal lows like that, I'm not worried about the trade if I am taking the profit in the short term. But this signifies me that we're coming back down. I'm not able to capitalize on the big move coming down, but the logic is that, okay, that was too perfect. But for me, when I'm in this trade to buy, I'm not worried about this because I know I'm going to take the trade out. If you're trying to hold it up here, then you got a problem because that's most likely letting you know that we're coming back down, right? But here, if you look on the 15-minute chart, I also wanted to get into that imbalance right there. And that low, that 830 low that we busted through, my goal is to reach that level. Plus, you know, I'm sitting at the gap. Okay, so that being said, when the price is up here, I understand where we are and we're a possible leg down, but I'm going to be done by London close. I want to be really done. Let me be honest with you. I don't want to be involved in the market too much like no one really does. Can you sit there and trade all day and find great trades? Yes, but I don't want to overstay my welcome. So me personally, I missed this great trade right here. So I'm only looking for 2 good trades and call it a day. So when I took this sell, obviously I know where we are here. And I do understand that another leg can pop up, which I had a feeling it would. But what I was looking at was trying to get to this gap. See this little gap right here on the 1 minute? Go look on your 1 minute, you'll see that gap right there. I was trying to take this sell to that level right here. Wasn't looking about clearing this because I knew that we could pop up more. But this was a good trade because of this area that I just talked about. So what did we do? We broke down and then we came back up. Sorry, this candle fails at 50% of the wick. As soon as it's pushing down, I'm in the trade. This is how I get in the trade right here. So you see these little lows right here. Would have been nice that it just stayed like that, but they came up real quick to take that out. But I already have confluence with us hitting to the tick the high of that opening week gap. See that right there? So that's to me showing that that I do have precision in play. So that makes me confident in looking into a retracement, right? So that being the case, where was I at? So if I was to continue, all right, so the trade gets taken out right here. What does it do? Pops all the way back up. Now, this is a better sell, but I need to be done. So what is happening here? We do come back up for 3 drives. So I looked at this as like, okay, here's a consolidation. We push up 1, we retrace. Then we push up 2, we retrace. We push up 3. Okay, so this is where the great sell is, but I knew I was going to be done. I got some medical issues, and Thursday I might not even be trading or be doing the video. I don't think I'll be able to do the video. Maybe it all depends how the blood work goes, but here, this is a good trade because of the fact that, okay, we're bumping on the bottom of the previous settlement. If you drag this imbalance right there, you can see that we are still respecting that. All right, it's it's pretty nice right there. And if you look, I'm going to drag that back. But you also, if you look here on the 15-minute, you are sitting in this imbalance. Okay, so doesn't hit 50% or nothing, but it's also used as resistance. So let me move that over. So we have that as well. All right, so a good area for it to stop, and this is a lower high. To keep it simple, it's just a lower high. Now, if you do the fib work here, where are you? You can see that it's going to be a 61. Look at that, 61, beautiful, right to the tick, buddy. So do you see that? Like that's perfect. It's not like off at all. It's the same level. So you got understanding that this would be a lower high. This is a great trade. I was not involved, but beautiful trade right there. And then sure enough, down, coming down. Now, when it made this low here, this was all bullshit right here. This is just a low for it to pretend like it's support and it's going to be another higher low to make another higher high. But you know that that liquidity is getting swept, right? Like, look at that. First of all, that level right there. Number two, then you created this. And that's why you see here the candles, they get big and fast, right? So anyways, they rushed down for the lower low here. And that was pretty much it. The rest was buying. But if I was to squeeze this out, let me see if I could just focus on this area. Geez. So here you'll see we're reaching an oversold area here. And then sure enough, we finally get a push above this high, right? And then because this high right here comes down and makes a low. So then it makes this high and retraces this. So that's a shift, a minor shift. And then what does it do? It retraces back for a higher low. So it really comes back down into these wicks here and just holds. So with that being said, then we get a new high. We get pushed up here and then it makes another higher low, right? Very ugly, but look what it does. It comes right to that last down candle here. And then boom, right away shoots off. So what's going on here? What you might think is, oh, well, this is a lower high and we're going to make another leg down. I said, okay, if you thought that, that's fine. But I ain't mad at you. But at the same time, you have to understand that there's a very high possibility that they're going to want to wipe out some of these sellers up here that have been making money, obviously, right? So where do you draw the line? Well, here, when this high gets broken out, obviously, when it pushes up, then you know you're kind of going bullish the other way. As you see, it gets held as support here with this last down candle, which would be this 237. If you take a look at that, no one breaks that low of that candle. It all just sits there and digs into it. But here with this push up like this, energetic like that, you technically would not want to break this high right here. Because if you made this low and this high, you should expect a low, right? And then this high, okay, fine. But if you're breaking this high right here, this is a good indication that we're switching directions. And sure enough, we push up and we retrace back. See how they retrace back? Because this is for any push out artist coming through here. They retrace back here and then they use this as support, right? So it's just basic price action and understanding that what the manipulation could look like, right? But I was hoping they would close the price down here for this daily candle to have now a body on it, and we don't have it yet. Yes, there's still time in the market, so it could still, the price could still come down here. It's not very likely to drop 40 fucking something points right now, but that's going to be an issue for tomorrow. What I was trying to say also is when you get a small range day like this, it wasn't a bad day or anything, but it's because we have so many prominent levels, which is what we have: the opening range gap, we have the previous week open in the background, we have the new day gap today, we have the midnight line. So all of this is just kind of like bouncing around in each other. So, and you would be like, well, what about that? We had that yesterday too. Well, yes, that's true, but we had less levels, and also it's a Monday. So Monday is more of a nice mover because it'll confuse you. But again, choppy days back to back. So really we opened up, and at the end of the day right now, the Tuesday is the low of the week. So it's just a real tricky way. I'm assuming that we're going to still be going bullish. Because you see fucking Dow gone, bro. See ya. Look at that shit. So I was telling people that we were bullish this whole time with Dow. With nice double bottom, double top at first, but really it was a double bottom. You see that? So double bottom here, and beautiful buys, dude. Beautiful. Took the hell off. So let me see here. Am I pushing the time here? 19 minutes already. Fuck. So long story short, we also had some imbalance. We had some divergences here. We had the nice push down because of this lower high with Nas. We had higher highs with Dow and S&P. But we also had a nice buy there, which is the buy I caught right here. We had that buy here because we had some divergence from right there and from right there. from using it from that low, and you can see these are all higher highs with NAS and S&P. They're the strength. So NAS is the weak asset, and it'll probably catch up, but or is that the signal to come down? I doubt it. But also Nvidia wasn't moving much. But here you also have that lower low again, more higher highs there, and that was the push up. And as you see, that worked really well. Dollar also messing around, just kind of up and down. I'm not even really looking at dollar too much, but as far as bonds goes, bonds is now pretending to move back up because they were stalling for a little bit, so now they're pushing up again. And if you look at the yields, 30 yield, the 30-year yield and the 10-year, they're coming down all at the end of the fucking day, dude. Which is, I know what they're doing, man. They always wait for the end of the day so you can miss the general move or sit at the desk for a long time. But it is what it is. The bias is still pushing up bullish. There's no question about that. I don't know about this damn. We don't have too much news tomorrow, but Thursday we do. So tomorrow is going to be pretty interesting. But believe it or not, non-news days will be they move. They move. So I'm still expecting us to push up and take out the all-time highs, these highs right here. And we came into it, man. I mean, look at that. Look at that right there. So this is where we are, and I feel like I'm always missing something. Another thing, another tip for you to do is also why I waited is because generally between 10 and 10:15, you let that 10-hour, you let the new 4-hour at the 10 o'clock open up. As you can see, this was a 10 o'clock candle, by the way. The one, as soon as 10 o'clock opened up, it popped into that imbalance. All right, but I also like to do is wait for the dealing range to be done, which is between 9:30 and 10:30, sometimes 9:30 and 10. So 10 o'clock will make the low, and then between 10 and 10:15, you'll see it reverse. So you'll see here as 10 to 10:17 is a nice reversal. And then when 10:30 happens, it'll generally reverse back for that lower high, or to whatever the bias is doing, and then it made a lower high. Right after that, it makes a new lower low. So this is also the reason why I took that buy, by the way. But I don't see anything else I need to mention. So you guys take care and God bless.